BassResinator here. I have this really cool mold I just got, and it's an American flag. So you got places where there's going to be red stripes, white stripes, and this is blue. And there were stars. Well, there still are, but I filled those with white UV resin, and then I'm gonna dust it with some chrome powders here from Let's Resin. The chrome powders. And this spot right here, it says, "I'm not old, I'm classic." Well, my brother rides this classic, got it? A classic Norton Commando. Is nice, and he keeps it up nice. So I want to color this as close to the colors as I can to his. And the Norton Commando is black, and then it's got gold lettering. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. I might be able to get the N. I don't know. I'll try. And if I can't do it backwards, I'll wait and get it out, and then I'll write it on the other side once I get it out of the mold. But in these letters here where it says "I'm not old, I'm classic," I'm going to use orange UV resin, just because I can dabble it in there, where I think if I were to try and do powders in that area, it would leave a bubble, because the powder will collect in these gaps or in the corners of these, and the resin doesn't do anything, and I don't want that. I want it to be visible. And it's raining again. And if you just heard that noise, the video that I'm editing over there just got finished. Rendering it. That was that noise. I don't like that. I want to get come on now. Here's one that I can use. Those letters and things to be as crisp and clean as possible. Crisp and clean, no caffeine. And you know that point on this is just a little too big. I'm going to use a toothpick. I'll be right back. brother rides a motorcycle, but got some cousins that ride as well. But I'm only making one of these at this point. My brother, the one that I'm making this for, Norton, went bankrupt, and then they got bought out. But their parts are not all the same, and his is an older one, and he got it right when he got out of the Navy at the end of Vietnam. And so how does he get his parts? He's got a metal lathe. He makes his own. Oh my goodness. How do you get a sprocket that's no longer made, or that won't fit? Oh, make your own. There was a show used to be on called MASH. It stood for Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, and it was supposed to have taken place during Korean conflict, or the Korean War. We call it war, but at that time they called it the conflict. It was a few years before my time. But there was this character named Radar O'Reilly, and he was from Ottumwa, Iowa. And he disassembled a Jeep and sent the parts back to his home, piece by piece. So it didn't weigh too much in one box, so it didn't raise suspicions, but he did that. And my brother wanted to buy, I can't remember if he was just pulling my leg. Sometimes he says stories and you don't know if he's telling you the truth or not. He's just always telling crazy stories. And, I guess we both do, but his are pretty fun. And, since he's a lot older than me, 10 years older, I always took him for face value. He's telling me fib, crazy guy. But he was wanting to do that with his motorcycle. Buy it over in Europe, where you could get it for a lot cheaper than buying it here and having to pay for the whole shipping. Again, I don't know if that was just a made-up story, or if it was legit. But it sounded an awful lot like Radar. Radar O'Reilly. Gary Berghoff was the actor's name who played played Radar. They called him Radar because he could hear the choppers coming with Wounded before anybody even knew what was going on. And then he would also, he knew what the commanding colonel was going to say or need before he even asked for it or voiced anything. And the colonel kept saying, "Let me tell you what I need when I know what I need." He goes, "Well, I knew you needed it." It was a funny show. A lot of true elements were incorporated into that. You know what? This has the exclamation or apostrophe. This one doesn't. It needs it. Huh? Well, I can always dab it on there later. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with the UV resins. So let me do this, and pull over this, and I'll be back with you after I cure it up on both sides. Okay, now I have the chrome powders from Let's Resin, but I also have Resin Rockers Raven, which is black, which is what I'm going to use to color the gas tank and the seat. And if I can, get these fenders. So, but I want to get this area right here, this front fork and back shock. I want to get, and this muffler with this silver holographic from the chrome powder set. Maybe some of these components right here too. Okay, get the muffler. I can't see into that little gap. I'll get the kickstand on there too. Okay, I think that's all I need. Oh no, the headlight. And the mirror. And the gear lever. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's speedometer and stuff. I might as well go silver with that too. Okay, so there's that. Now, I want, I need those tires to be black. So, I know what I'm going to do. So that I can make those fenders visible instead of the fender straight onto the tire, I think I'm going to go with gold on the fender. And I want to go gold on the spokes here, front and back. So fender, Freddie Fender, return to sender. That's the wrong. Return to sender, that was Elvis. Address unknown. I remember Elvis music very well, but I never really got into his stuff. And when he died, all these people were real sad, and I felt bad, but it's not like he was an idol or anything of mine. Yeah, I'll wait for the N on the tank. There's no way I can get that and make it look good to where I think it looks good. Okay, this pink is going to be the tail lights and the turn signal, which is right there. I probably should have gone silver right there. I'm going to do that. You know, I need to find another color. And we'll go with this light blue. You know, I missed part of the exhaust system. It was right there too. Okay, so now I get the silver again because I missed it. Okay, now for the black tires and tank, and seat. Be nice if they had a brown chrome, and then I could do that seat with the brown. That'd be cool, huh? Have a nice leather seat. An easy way to do this would be to use EcoPore, what do they call that stuff? Powders. To get a really nice surface, and then just take it out and paint it the way you want. Because painting inside this mold is fun, but it's also challenging. Because it's real easy to miss and mess up. This raven is black. I may have already said that, and if If I did, get the hint. It's black. If I didn't, it's black. Okay, tired time. Now, just so you know, if you see me going over and going, oh, he messed it up. No, the cool thing with silicone is if you're dusting it with these powders, the first powder down is the one that'll be seen when you unmold it. Even though you go over it with other stuff, the other stuff is not going to be seen. So you can sort of mess up. You don't necessarily want to mess up, but there's a little bit of flexibility or give and take there that's not going to destroy your work of art. Okay, there's the Norton. Woohoo! Woohoo! Now for the navy or royal blue. Which is going to be all of this up here, from here to here. From sea to shining sea, oh beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crowned thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. And you can see where those stars were, or they are, that I put the white UV resin in. Okay, let me go get a big wipe so I can clean up some of this. I'll be right back. Okay, now for the red stripes on the flag, they are the ones that are down. So this top one here is supposed to be red. gotta carry that red all the way over. That'd be cool, huh? That should be that navy blue then. Okay, now I got some cleaning up I got to do on this where it'll be the white stripes, and I'm going to make those white by using Let's Resin Ocean White paste. So the inside of this is going to be all white, where there isn't. Oh my. Something's crawling around underneath me. That'll startle me. Hope it's not a snake. If I said that and my wife were in here, she would have gone, Timothy! Because I would have scared her. Okay, I'll get back to you when I get the white mixed up, and the mold will be clean magically. Okay, I've got my resin mixed up. This is the ultra clear 1:1. It's art resin, and it's thick, and I'm almost out, so I keep using it until I finish it up, and then I'll go to some others that I have. Okay, so here we go. I mixed up 5 ounces. I didn't know how much this would hold, so being a new mold for me, I don't know. Drip. Okay. Now I want to, because this is the area where there's a bunch of little spots where bubbles can hang out, and I don't want them hanging out If at all possible. Now, in the American flag, there are 50 stars, white stars, on a field of blue, and there are 7 red stripes and 6 white ones, and that represents the original colonies, and the 50 stars represent the 50 states. So if you didn't know that, get ready. Oh, really? I have a little bit of resin left over, and I started thinking about this, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool to try. Don't know what it'll look like. We'll see, because I have just a little bit of resin left over. So I've got one of these coaster molds, and I'm going to drop a bunch of different colors of alcohol ink on there, and then put white and watch what happens. Well, we'll see what happens when it all comes out. Got a yellow and a red. A green shimmering, and a blue shimmering. Should I go one more? Yes. Purple shimmering. Dun dun. And we're gonna have some fun. Have some fun. Have some fun. Dum 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 dum. Dum diddle 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 dum dum dum. Dum diddle 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 dum dum dum. Name that TV show. You got to go back a few years for that one. These are really strong alcohol inks, but they're also very strong sticking when they get into the lid area. Here's the green. I'm going to go green over here. Blue right next to it, shimmering. This almost looks like the Chinese checkers playing board. Oh, it all went down. Well, it's going to come back. That I guarantee. Once that resin hits it. Ooh, look at the color there, huh? Man. This is kind of cool. Okay. And there we go. Now we just let it do its thing. Okay, I'll come back when this is all cured up. Bye. Well, I pulled them out of their mold. I already, because it was not very difficult. It just pops out. But this one, this is the back. I put some clear over the top, and that there was so much, put way too much alcohol ink in, and it just sort of bubbled over. I think I like this side better than this, because that it pooled up in certain spots. So yeah, I think I'll keep it like keep that on the bottom. It's just got fingerprints all over it. Anyway, there's that. Okay, now let's look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Cool. The words are not sticking out as good as I would like. So, let me get out some markers. Got these chrome markers, and this is the bronze colored one. I think that will look good on these letters. I don't know if anything's coming out of that. There we go. I have a place where I can dab it behind me. There we are. Almost needs to be a black. You can see it from the side, but okay, that's a little better. Now, to add the fancy little scroll N for Norton on the gas tank. Hold that at a good angle so that I can get in there. There. Cool. There it is. I'm gonna write on this box right here, Commando. Real small letters. Let's see how close I am to it. No, that's not gonna work. And let me get a wipey real fast. There we go. Okay, cool. I'm hoping he likes this. Get it out in the sun and see how that shine reflects. That looks cool. I'm not old, I'm classic. Well, I hope Phil likes this. Just in time for the 4th of July. Cool. Well, if you are a subscriber of mine, thank you so very much. If you're not, and you would like to be one, it's very simple. Go down to the bottom of the screen, right under the video box, just below it. And there's a subscribe button. Click that, and you're where you go. And right next to it, there's a little box of a little button with a bell icon. That's the notification bell. So if you click that, anytime I do something new, you'll be notified. And this channel does have memberships available. So if you are interested in being a member, click the word join down there. There's 2 levels. Level 1 is called Blue Bonnet, and level 2 is called Indian Paintbrush. Level 1 is $1.99. Level 2 is $2.99. Very affordable. Any money that comes in from ad revenue or those memberships or any other way that money comes in goes right back into this channel to purchase new resin or molds or silicone. So, yeah, help out the channel if at all possible. Thank you for being here. I'm going to have some stills of this. I hope you like it. Bye.